Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of DRULcast E3 2018 coverage. Today, we're going to be covering PlayStation, Nintendo, Bethesda, and Ubisoft. Hopefully, we don't run out of time like we did yesterday. And I think tomorrow we'll do another show. Does that sound about right?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I think so because there's still a few things that we should cover, but I feel like today's going to be packed enough. Anyways, my name is Jack, Gamertag Show 220. My friend who you hear is Oscar, Gamertag True Oz. How are you?
Hello.
Cool.
I like how you said that. You said it earlier that way too.
Uh,
Hello.
Hello. There was one thing.
Have you?
What?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Because I think we're going to the same place.
No, we're not. We're definitely
Okay.
not.
But do you know what I'm going into right now?
No, I don't know.
Okay, I was about to say because you kind of freaked me out. Have you ever called movie phone?
Of course. I mean,
Okay.
25 years ago, maybe.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to movie phone.
Hello.
Sorry.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
Yeah.
If you know the name of the movie you like to see,
Oh my god.
press 1 now. Man, you've seen the Seinfeld episode, right?
I don't watch Seinfeld,
Oh
man.
my
How many
gosh.
times I gotta tell you?
You need to
and my
watch
wife,
Seinfeld.
Man, the both of you on that Seinfeld.
Because there's an episode where Kramer, I think he gets a new phone number, and it's really close to 444
phone
film.
numbers?
So people keep calling him thinking it's movie phone, and he gets upset. At the beginning of the episode, he's upset. He's like, people keep calling my phone thinking I'm this movie phone thing. And then he eventually...
I have to watch that.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds hilarious.
And at the end of the episode, he starts doing the whole thing, like, hello, if you know the name of the movie you like to see, press 1 now. And then, like, he waits, because he figures, like, someone's going to press the number once they hear it.
Yeah.
But if somebody listens to the whole menu, you know, he'll be...
Oh, my God.
And then they press the number, he's like, I'm unsure which one you pressed. Maybe you pressed number 5. And, like, he starts going. And then he's like, if this is incorrect, press something else. And then people like keep mashing on the phone because he's not like, doing the right research. It's funny. It's funny. That's just one of many wreasons why you should watch Seinfeld.
Oh,
but
sure.
Let's get into this PlayStation conference. They showed
Sony.
Yeah, so they ahead of time they said we're going to focus on 4 games. We're also kind of going to do the same thing. There's a couple more I highlighted that I wanted to bring up just because I feel like they're popular or like a good idea to talk about. So
Sure.
the first one they started with is The Last of Us Part 2. I'm guessing you saw this conference, right? You see the whole thing?
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, this game looks great. It reminds me a lot of Uncharted, which is a game I also liked. And
Which is
I
also
haven't played,
by the same
Yeah.
developer?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't play Last of Us, the first one, Part 1, if you want to call it that. So I didn't really know what to expect from this. I kind of had an idea. I know what's her name plays Ellen Page does the voice of Ellie, isn't that right?
Sure.
Okay, so you're not sure.
I know Ellen Page. Well, yeah, no, I'm not sure, but I know Ellen Page was in one of these.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think she does. Anyways,
agree with you.
they show you. It starts out at a hoedown. That's what I wrote down. You're kind of like in a barn and they're having a dance, so I call it a hoedown. Does that sound appropriate? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And then it transitions into
Every time I hear hoedown, all I think of is Drew Carey.
Why? Why Drew Carey?
Because of his show.
What show? Like the Drew Carey show?
No. The sketch show that he.
Oh, Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Whose Line Is It Anyway? Yeah.
They brought
do
that
the
back,
hoedown.
but I don't think Drew is on it, is he?
No, it's Homegirl.
Aisha Tyler.
Aisha
right?
Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways.
not. I don't think it's on anymore. Anyways.
Yeah, it starts with a hoedown, transitions into like a fight scene after. I don't know the girl's name is like Dina or something like that or whatever her name is. I want to call her Lindsay. I feel like she just looked like a Lindsay to me, but I don't think that was her name. She says that like everybody should fear you, and then it kind of goes into a fight sequence where Ellie is being chased and kills a bunch of people, and the combat's really dramatic. And I'm gonna keep adding "and" because I feel like it's dude, where's my car? But I mean, what did you think about this whole thing?
Of Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, like what you saw.
It was it was violent, right? Like
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
bloody. It was gorgeous though. Like just the fluid motion of the combat and just everything about it like just looked really clean, like sharp.
I agree. Animations were really nice in this. Like from
unbelievable.
Yeah, she's like running and picks up the glass bottle and throws it, and it doesn't look jittery or stuttery at all. Remember that part?
Yeah, no, the whole thing, like, she runs up to a body, like, pulls out the arrow, and, like just everything that they show, like, she's, they're looking for her and she's hiding behind a table. They keep going, so she like adjusts accordingly. Like everything about this, I'm like, wow, like this right here, like I would not mind watching somebody else play this game.
Right, and
because
that was
it just seems like a good.
right. I mean, it was very cinematic, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm worried. I don't say I'm worried. I'm curious about because they didn't show any button presses on the screen. They kind of like removed the HUD, I guess, for maybe just for this presentation.
Is that a bad thing though?
No, I mean because you get to focus on the game. But I'm wondering how much is. It just felt really scripted. Is kind of what I want to get at. Like,
Okay.
what are the odds that everyone lines up in that perfect situation? Like, oh, she hides under the truck, and then somebody just has to be next to her, and then happens to look under the truck, and it just seemed very, very lined up. Like, I feel if I play this game, or you play this game, or a lot of people play this game, you may have similar moments spread throughout, but not that many moments in that short of a time period. And if they do, oh my gosh, probably like one of the best story-based games ever created.
Yeah.
I would say. So.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely I'll second that. It looks great though. I mean,
Yeah,
I can't
of course.
stress that enough.
Yeah.
Though, I agree with you though that it did seem a little bit on the rails. I hope that's not the case. Like 100%. I hope that
Yeah.
that it
I
is
don't
a
think so
different
much.
experience for everybody.
I don't think so much on the rails. I just felt like this demo or gameplay, whatever you want to call it, was very scripted. It was just like, hey, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and then they
There were
made
certain
it for that to happen.
key points, key frames that they needed to touch up on to hit to make sure that they showed up on the screen for everybody to like ooh and ah over.
Right.
I see what you mean.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I would have.
I'm hoping that's not the case though.
Oh, I mean, I think it is for this gameplay, and like I said, I have a feeling those moments will happen, just not in that
order,
in that frequency. Also, I think
Yeah.
it just happened
Okay.
less often. But I mean, so I would have preferred to see organic gameplay, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But it looks amazing. If you have a PlayStation 4, you should definitely get this game. I'm not
Can
gonna
I
open my
also just-
PlayStation 4 for it, but
Before we dive deeper into Sony, did you like their press conference?
I didn't dislike it. I liked the idea of it. So I don't know if you noticed,
I think
but
we're
the
on the same
first
page.
the first room they were in was the same barn or whatever you want to call it room that they were in The Last of Us.
Mhm.
And then they moved to like kind of like the Ghost of Tsushima area, and then they showed that. So I like that.
They were trying to make like scenes.
Right. It was a cool idea. I think it's one of
It
those
didn't
ideas that works better as an idea and not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they literally moved people from one location to another, and they had this
And
weird
that was the
intermission,
holdup.
and it was the whole thing. It was just kind of like I understand what they're trying to do, and I think it's really cool what they're doing, but I don't know.
So, in the
It just-
grand scale of things, though, with all of this aside, do you agree or disagree that highlighting, I don't know what it was, 4 or 5 games, whatever it was, and then sprinkling like quick cut trailers of their other games that are coming out in between? Did you like that like style of showcasing for a like a convention or a press?
There's two answers here. One question is, did I like the style? And the answer is, yeah, I don't mind it. The other question is, did I like it for this conference? And the answer would be no, because pretty much anyone, like Last of Us 2 Part 2 is already sold. People are already buying that game. They don't need to see 15 minutes of gameplay. It's not needed. I mean, people want to see it, but you could release it on YouTube the same day, or you can whatever, and it's going to be just as effective for Sony as it is in this conference.
But
And
had
then-
this been a different company, don't you think that the way they would have handled something like this is shown the 15 minutes of that, right? And then quickly introduce a developer for another game. And I'm just tossing this out there because I see it on the list. They would have been like, hey, next up is creative developer for Tetris Effect. He comes up and starts talking about his game. But don't you think like that just kind of gets, and then like right after that's done, it's, oh, here's this guy from Days Gone. Like all of that just takes time, right?
Right.
All we care about is a release date and a quick visual. That's all I want. And for that reason alone, I feel like Sony fucking killed it with what they showed me at or the
But
way
you said
that
all you
everything
wanted
shown.
was a release date and a quick trailer, and this was the
And
complete
the release date
opposite.
was the only thing that they missed out on, but everything else I thought was awesome. Like just the style of it. Don't get me wrong, Microsoft put on a hell of a show as well.
No, I said
you know?
yeah. No, I like the style. I don't think they needed it for the games that they highlighted.
So you feel like the main games that they picked to highlight are the wrong ones.
Right. I mean, like I said, people are already going to buy
fair.
Last of Us Part 2. I mean, we'll stop through the names real quick. Ghost of Tsushima, I think that's good they showed it because nobody knew what it was. So good show 10 minutes of gameplay for that. Death Stranding, everybody wants to see what that's about. So good show gameplay for that. Spider-Man, we didn't need a 20-minute thing for Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man.
However, I appreciated it quite a bit.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on then. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Action adventure third person. I said kind of like Ninja Gaiden, but slower. Like the strikes you do with your sword or your katana, whatever you want to call it, is a lot more focused. So it's more about like taking a precise strike. It's not so much about like just waving your sword and getting a 50-hit combo. It's about
damage. Yeah.
Like, hey, if I'm swinging my sword at you, it's because I'm trying to hurt you. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of cool because it gives the effect that like your character is experienced. It's not somebody who is just gonna go in there and do a bunch of stuff.
It's not a hack and slash,
right,
per se. Like it is, but it's very methodical in its method. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know so all these things they kind of lack substance. I felt like sure they showed a lot of stuff. They showed a couple combat scenes for Ghost of Tsushima, and they had a monk that they rescued, and supposedly this monk betrayed this lady's family, and she tried to kill him, and then the other guys like we're same team, the whole thing went about. But still, I didn't feel like compelled. I didn't feel that I cared about the characters. It was just like, hey, here's some cool fight scenes, and then here's one under the tree with a bunch of leaves on the ground, and the leaves move when they fight. And it was like, okay, cool. And then they turn around and fight the enemies coming because they realize that they shouldn't be fighting each other after they kill each other.
Very violent.
Yeah, yeah.
Very bloody. And the 2 games back to back, and I was like, wow, like they're going all out. I appreciate the gore. Thank you.
Okay. Does it make a difference if there was less gore?
I can't really name anything off the top of my head that I saw on any other conference other than Bethesda, of course, that had this much blood and just gore. Like, dude, I don't know what's Tsushima or whatever. Like, fucking slit like the throat of this dude. Like, the thing was gushing. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
saw
same thing in Last of Us. I wrote down like throat slit. Like, pretty sure she slit like 4 or 5 throats. Yeah, at least.
Like that's pretty hardcore. Like I don't think anybody showed anything that gory. So respect, definitely respect for the gore.
I didn't know that makes a big difference.
Of course, man. If you play Gears of War, there's an option: gore, yes, no.
Right, but I mean, I can play with it off. It's not going to bother me. The only reason I don't, I've actually played with it off before, but the reason I don't is because when you give somebody, or as other people say, jib. We have another discussion about that. Yeah. But that whole thing, when you give somebody in Gears of War and gore is turned off, they just kind of like fall over.
Pop. Oh, really?
Yeah.
They don't even pop?
No. So it makes it difficult to know if you've killed the person or not. And the whole thing about Gears is like you need to shoot and keep moving. If that person's dead, you got to be moving on.
I didn't know that. I kind of want to go play and turn it off just to see myself. Anyways, this is a Sony conference.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and then we got to one of the kind of breaks. So, but there were a couple of games in there that I didn't know about, and I don't think a lot of people knew about. So, Control is one of them. It's a Remedy game. It kind of looked like Inception, or also Quantum Break with a female lead character, and they didn't show us too much, but I'm interested. And it's also going to be on PC and Xbox One. Thought that would let that out of the bag because Sony obviously didn't announce that it'd be on other platforms.
Yeah. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, oh, Quantum Break.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think that at first. I thought Inception, and then I thought maybe... remember Infamous? That was like Sony's. Yep. I kind of thought that for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first note that I wrote was, "Oh, it's Darth Vader."
Yeah. So the character they show, like she has a gun, and the gun kind of like breaks apart into pieces, but then comes back together. So it gives you some type of illusion that time and space is kind of like malleable, changeable.
I still have to play Quantum Break. Yeah.
Yeah, you should actually. Is it on Game Pass?
I have a physical copy of the game.
Oh, yeah, you should definitely play it.
To play it.
Yeah, you should definitely. I mean, they updated 4K, everything like that. So you should
Hold on, let me
definitely play
borrow it, and
Yeah.
it's literally in the same place that he left it.
it. You
I
should
haven't even touched it.
put it into your Xbox. It's not that long of a game, maybe 8 hours, and it's totally worth it to play. But anyways, this is kind of like part 2 of that, and it's supposed to come out in 2019. They also dropped Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yep.
And a lot of people are excited about that. I'm kind of indifferent about it, but
I never got into Resident Evil, but I know a lot of people are super hyped for this.
right. I mean, I played the first one. That was the only Resident Evil I played. So, and that comes
I
out.
played 5.
Huh?
I played RE5. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
This Resident Evil 2 remake comes out January 25th, 2019. And then on to probably the star of Sony's show is Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. I had a lot to say about this.
Go ahead.
Well, I was tweeting, I was tweeting about, everybody was fucking tweeting about this game, man. Like, they showed so much, but yet so little.
Absolutely nothing.
It was, I'm not even reading your notes, and I can already tell that you're not a fan of what you saw.
I mean, it looks like Explore Planet Simulator 2018. That's all it looks like.
Yeah.
And the only reason
annoying.
anybody's excited for it is because it's Hideo Kojima. That's the only reason. If this were any other game or any other developer, people would be like, "What is this? This kind of looks interesting, but I'm unsure about it."
But not really.
Yeah, we got to see more.
You know what? With Kojima behind it, I have in high faith that it will be a very interesting story. And it looks like a fucking interesting story. Like, sure, everything that we saw in terms of gameplay looked kind of but the story behind everything that's going on looks very fucking powerful. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know why, any of this stuff is, happening in this world. And rumor has it that you're going to put 4 hours into this game and you're still not going to have any fucking idea what is going on in the story. And for some odd reason, I'm still very, very intrigued.
See, I'm not. Show me something worthwhile. Otherwise, don't show me anything at all. So.
There was an ongoing joke where everybody's like, "Oh, great. You get to carry around your loot boxes with you and drag them throughout the whole fucking map."
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Norman Reedus is a pizza delivery man. He's delivering pizza on foreign planets.
There was another one that said, "Oh, finally, an RPG that accurately represents what's in your backpack." I thought that was clever. I was like, that's what's up. Like, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Because carrying that fucking huge ass backpack and crossing that mountain or whatever he was doing it looked funny. But no, man, overall, sure, it was very confusing. Everything we saw was just fucking weird. The invisible creatures, there's a lot of darkness to this story, and I just want to know the story. And it saddens me that I will never play this game because I think I would want to play this. On PC, please, somehow release this shit. I will play it.
But why? What inspires you to play this game? What have you seen?
I don't know, man.
Okay, so nothing. There's nothing.
I just want to know. I want to know why there's a fucking baby. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a fucking baby.
You don't care then.
I care enough that I want to play it.
I don't think so.
There's the fucking baby. I want to know what those I mean, what did I write here? Oh, I didn't write this. I thought of it. But basically, the elder gods, what are they? And then the flashing light bulb and all that shit. I just want to know what everything is. I want to know who these people are. I want to know why they're in this situation. Give me your hand in life. Give me your hand in spirit. Fuck, I want to get that shit tattooed on me right now.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what it means.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways. By the way, I guarantee you somebody already got that shit tattooed on them.
Probably, yeah. Once you said it, you're probably right.
Because it is a fucking godly ass quote.
I mean, just watch the movie Cube. It's kind of the same thing.
Man.
Have you seen Cube?
No.
Basically, there's a bunch of people, and you don't know who they are, and you don't know why they're there, and you don't know what's going to happen. Same thing.
There's an alternate universe. There's shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Same thing with Cube. It's alternate universe, and you don't know what's going on.
Maybe I gotta watch this movie then.
Yeah. There's 3 of them.
I know you didn't highlight this, but Neo 2. Have you even heard of Neo 1? First of all.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, because I haven't heard of it, and apparently it's a fucking crowd pleaser, man. People love this game.
Yeah.
because it was like that shit was trending. Like right after Death Stranding, this shit was trending. I was like, whoa, and it was just a quick like teaser.
Right.
You know, title card, if that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
pretty much. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Really? Nothing?
I just don't think it looks that good. I think people are super excited for it, and I don't think it's that fun.
I
know you're a fan, though. I know you've been like excited about this game. I'm not sure why. I don't know why.
Because for the first time, it's an open world Spider-Man game. At least that's what it seems like. I saw like extra gameplay after the convention was over, and I'm like, this looks fucking amazing. You know, like all of the little side missions and stuff like that. It just looks like GTA, but you're fucking Spider-Man. I'm in. Like everything that I just said makes me want to play this game so bad.
See, I mean, have you played any other like what other superhero games have you played?
First ever Spider-Man that came out, and
when was that? Like 1990?
I don't know. The first Spider-Man when the movies started coming out.
Okay.
So this was like on 360 or something like that, and it was fun, but like it didn't. Something about it just didn't click, right? So for this, the combat reminds me of Batman Arkham, like the Arkham series.
Yeah, it is.
And that fighting style works great. And you fucking add the webbing and all of that other shit and the little combos that you can do, and it works even. I feel like it works even better than it would with Batman. So just looking at some of the stuff that they showed off, I thought it was great. And I mean the teaser at the end, I don't know who's gonna save him. You know?
No, nobody was saving him. It was the person in charge that came out there.
You said, "Wait, you?"
Yeah. So basically, what happened for anybody who didn't see it, the trailer, Spider-Man. I think it's Superman because of something else. But
yeah.
Not what you're thinking of, another thing. But basically, Spider-Man's in a prison, and like all the people he's put behind bars are breaking out, plus all the other prisoners. So he has to like fight his way out of prison, and you find out there's 6 villains in the game, and they all say, or Electro keeps saying like, oh, you know, so and so is paying or whatever, like so and so is in charge, but doesn't say who it is. And then basically Spider-Man gets beat up at the end of the trailer, end of the gameplay, whatever you want to call it. I think it's probably just the opening scene to the game, if I had to guess. Mm-hmm. And
I did feel that way.
Yeah. Spider-Man gets beat up, and he's, you know, trying to escape kind of, but as he's about to get to the end of the roof, if you want to call it, it's kind of like a roof, he says, oh, wait, you know, like, it's you or something? And I'm pretty sure that's the person that's, like, that's created this whole situation. So
freed them and done all that other stuff.
Yeah, it's like the one that, like, contracted Electro, said this is our plan, this is what we're going to do, you know, this is how we're going to get Spider-Man, and all the other stuff like that. So, but the reason why I said Superman is because I played, it's called Superman Returns. What did I play on 360? Whatever it is. I wrote a Backtrack article about it. I think it was called Superman Returns. It's basically this game, just less polished. And I mean, there's some more dumb things in it too. Like, I mean, I'm not worried about spoiling Superman because it's a really bad game. But your final enemy is a tornado, not like Lex Luthor or the Sun God guy or one of the 3 like people from Superman 2 or whatever. It's like none of that. It's a tornado. You have to fight a tornado. But I mean, other than that, Superman, it was open world, same type of idea. You kind of fly around, do little side missions, save people. It was all the same thing, just without the polish, and it wasn't that fun. And I'm looking at the Spider-Man game, and I'm thinking like it's literally the same thing, just Spider-Man and by a better developer, more polished and things like that. And they have real villains in it. But other than that, it's not like, I don't know. Spider-Man doesn't really sound like Spider-Man.
For the first time, this is the first time that there's some sort of realism to the webbing of him, like going from building to building, or like attaching the web to like swing from building to building, whereas before it was just like coming from the heavens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think this is the first time that there's some sort of realism where, you know, he could, you know, swing based off of a building or swing based off of like a light post or whatever, like all of this stuff. So I don't know, it's little details like that made me think like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Because the Spider-Man that I remember, that one game that I played, you know, when the first iteration of the movies were coming out, I mean, literally you were just swinging from the clouds, you know, like that's So
Right.
I don't know. It's the little things that make me
Right. I
appreciate
mean,
what this
I
game
do
is.
I do want to play just to see, what it feels like to play. Maybe it's once you play it, it makes sense, and it's not. Maybe it'll like erase the bad memory I have of Superman game.
You know how
Maybe.
last year I said that what's it called was gonna sell consoles? God of War.
Yeah.
I get that feeling from The Last of Us Part Two.
I don't know. I mean, I have
I
like I said, I have my
that
PS4.
game alone. Yeah.
Like there's a few games that I would definitely play, right? So the Uncharted series, I've only played through part of part 1, but I want to play all 3.
Yeah.
Um Last of Us, since I saw part 2, I'd go back and play part 1. But I mean, other than that, like why I don't I'm not
Last
gonna.
of Us is that one game that makes me feel like, damn, I really wish I had a PlayStation.
But I mean, also it seems very similar to Heavy Rain or Rise or Detroit. I feel like there's a lot of those situations. I feel like they're quick time events. I feel it's like press X to do this, press square,
I don't know.
press triangle to like dodge and do those things.
Yeah.
And maybe that's
I
why
don't
they
know.
didn't show the HUD. I don't know. I don't know. But it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to play. I would play it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Check it out.
Anyways,
Sure.
we wasted a ton of time on that. Let's move on to Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah. So they
So
announced, huh?
Yep.
2
I said so.
Pokemon.
This just happened.
Yeah, they announced 2 Pokemon titles. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and they also are gonna have a physical item called Pokeball Plus, and basically it's you can use it like a Joy-Con. You can play the Pokemon games with it, but it's a Pokeball, so it looks kind of cool. And I have a feeling they're
And
gonna
you
sell.
can load a Pokemon into it. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
yeah. You
It's
can
awesome.
capture Pokemon into it and then put them into the game. You can also transfer all your stuff from Pokemon Go into these games. I think these games are going to be incredibly popular, and Pokeballs are going to be one of the hottest items on the market.
Oh, it's
in the
gonna be
next
sold
6
out
months.
like
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah,
Same thing as when Pokemon Go came out and they had the Pokemon Go Plus like little wristlet thing,
yeah,
the attachment for the thing.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's the same exact thing. And fucking Nintendo, actually mostly Pokemon. Like kudos to you for coming out with peripherals that nobody needs, but they will
They're
fucking
gonna want
eat
it.
that
Oh, yeah.
shit up.
Definitely.
Like they are. Kudos to you guys, man.
Yep.
Anyways,
and all 3
I
of those
have
things.
nothing to say about that.
Okay, I mean that's pretty much it. And all 3 of those things come out on November 16 of this year, 2018.
This year, yeah.
Yep. So next game up is Super Mario Party. Comes out October
Yep.
5th, 2018. It's basically just a bunch of mini games, like couch-based, local co-op.
It's
At
your
least that's what it
classic
looked like.
Mario Party.
Yeah, mini games and stuff. This will look like. Maybe they have online. They didn't say. They didn't show anything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think it'd be.
You know what? Did they? Did
Yeah.
they make a mention of the multiplayer service at all?
No.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So the thing with Super Mario Party that I wanted to bring up was, did you notice when they like combined the 2 screens and then made the path?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
That shit, I am so in.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get me a classic tanks like from Atari, and I can put like 4 screens just connected and make my own little map, yo, we are having the war of the century. It will
Yeah.
be World War III. That shit looked amazing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was really cool. So basically, just to further on that, they're playing I don't know what kind of mini game it was, but basically they
I
had a
think
map.
it was like a tanks type game. Too.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, it kind of was, right? It was Mario characters, like, Mario World characters.
Yeah.
Characters that belong in Mario's world.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, there you go.
You're welcome.
I mean, I was trying, there's another word that I just couldn't think of, but anyways, they have those characters, and they were like tanks, pretty much, and they was walking around. But basically what happened is they put 2 switch screens together, and then they dragged their finger across the part that was joined, and then that created a path between the 2, so you could walk between the 2, and it basically expanded the map
God.
to a whole other thing. And they at first they had it like side by side, so like one on top of the other. If that makes sense, right?
Because they were playing like separately, basically.
Yeah, and then they moved it a little bit. Then the person was like, "No, let me turn it this way." So they basically made an L shape and then drew it. So it seems like you can kind of factor whatever shape you want, and as long as you kind of gesture where the
Attach.
screens are at, where they connect at, the game kind of takes care of the rest and creates a map, and it looks pretty
How
cool.
fucking dope is that, dude?
Yep. That looks really cool.
Absolutely amazing. I honestly had no clue that was even even possible.
Yeah. Did you ever do Oh, Chrome Racer. I think that's what it's called. Did you ever do that?
No.
So if you had Chrome on mobile, like Chrome browser, Google's browser, right?
Yeah.
If you had that on mobile, you could get multiple devices and put them next to you. I think you can still do this. I think it's still available. You can get like 4 devices or 5 devices.
I will look into this.
Yeah, and you put them next to each other, and the controls are really simple. Basically, so I have my phone or my iPad, and you have your phone or whatever, and we put them all next to each other. And I tap the screen to accelerate. I let go to slow down, and that's it. And it creates a big map across all the screens. So you kind of got to watch as you go screen to screen to screen, and it's basically just a big track. So it's kind of like the same idea. Yeah, check it out. Chrome Racer. I'll look it up, see if it's still available. We'll put a link in the show notes to it.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
yep. And then this real quick, just an announcement. Fortnite is now available on Nintendo Switch, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's
For
basically
everybody
on
except
everything.
PlayStation users.
Right. So if you linked your Epic account originally on PSN, there's a thread going around where you can't sign into Switch or Xbox or mobile if you link to PSN first. Basically, Sony has some type of thing where like the account's linked, and even if you unlink it, you lose all your stuff, and you can't link it anyway to another thing. It's like just a broken account. It's basically a Sony account, and even if you try to do something different, you can't do anything different. And
It
it's
belongs
funny.
to Sony.
Yeah, and it's funny because the error message on Switch says, "Hey, like you have your account linked.
Don't blame us.
Yeah, you have your account linked with a provider that doesn't let it link with other accounts, and there is absolutely nothing Fortnite or Epic Games can do to fix this." Like literally, they say that
Go
in
talk
the
to
message.
them.
Yeah,
Leave us out of it.
yeah, and I'm just like, wow, man, throwing shade.
Good for them. No, good for them.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with this. I think it's a great movement that Fortnite is trying to combine the worlds. I'm with it 100%. They've already taken over just about fucking everything. Why not fucking, go into this market as well? My cousin actually already got his first victory royale on Switch. So,
Nice.
Congrats to him. I got mine downloading right now. I'm interested. I'm playing in bed. Yo, come on, man. Playing Fortnite while in bed? Let's be real.
You can do that anyway, though.
Nah, it's different. Your phone is different than
No,
I
but
got a pro
your
controller.
TV, your TV is right there. Like you're already there.
No, I get.
You there?
Okay. It's just too far. It's too far.
Oh my gosh.
I need it up close. I need
I
it
don't
on
know.
a smaller screen.
If I had a Switch,
Anyways,
I
I'm
probably
excited.
wouldn't play Fortnite on it. But I mean,
I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah.
Just because why not? It's fucking free.
right,
let's be-
right.
let's
I mean,
be
why
honest
not?
here.
Exactly. Why
Yeah.
not have it? I would have it on my Switch just in case. But I don't know how
Oh,
often I
yeah.
would play it on my Switch.
If I go
Anyways,
over my boy's house or whatever, and they all want to squad up, yeah, I'm down. Here
Yo,
we go.
that
I mean,
makes
you
it
ran
easy.
into that situation yourself.
yeah, exactly. I don't have to bring an Xbox over. It worked pretty well.
Exactly.
Actually, yeah, because you can dock it too.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not going to
It's-
spend $300 or whatever for a Switch just to do that.
just to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
I highlighted a game here
I
that
see
you
that.
didn't have highlighted, and the only
Yep.
reason I highlighted it is because I want to just point out real quick, Overcooked is one of the fucking hardest games I've ever played, but it is so much fun. We've talked about it in a DRULcast before.
Mhm.
We've played it at PAX, I think for the past 2 years. I had no idea Part 2 was coming out. Was it really a surprise? Kind of, but not really. August this year, I think it just I feel like the other one just came out,
No, really? I thought it's been out. I mean, maybe because we talked about it so much. I feel like
yeah.
it's been out for a while. But
it's such a fun game, and honestly, it's one of those party games, and for it to come out on Switch, I'm with it. It
Cool.
is the perfect game to play with friends on a Switch.
cool. Well, August 7th, 2018 comes out. More recipes, characters, and more kitchens. You can throw ingredients now, which you couldn't do before.
Oh my god! I
Kitchens
cannot
can
wait.
change on the fly. You can bake, barbecue, broil. Local and online play is available. So there you go.
I'm gonna play all the levels on easy just to say I beat Overcooked 1 before buying Overcooked 2 because it is. And by playing on easy, I mean I don't care if I don't perfect the level. I just want to get it over with and get 1 star and move on. I just want to beat it. I want
Yeah.
to see all the levels, experience everything, and then move on to number 2.
I hear you.
Anyways.
Anyways, up next is Octopath Traveler. It's basically like an RPG. I think it's a Switch exclusive also from Square Enix. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty solid title, but it's more of like an old school RGB or RPG vibe, more maybe like a Chrono Trigger vibe than any newer type of RPG. But anyways, it comes out July 13th, 2018, or you can get the demo. And probably about the same time you're listening to the show, June 14th is the time the demo comes out. You can go ahead and download that for free on June 14th. So, and then
Yep.
real quick, Minecraft to Switch on June 21st. And I mean, I don't think you have anything to say about that, right? Just it's Minecraft on Switch.
It's Minecraft. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna run through these then because they're just older
Go for
games,
it.
but
Yep.
they're being announced. Splatoon 2 gets Octo expansion summer 2018, so coming soon with the next few months here. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is going to be on Switch July 13th. That's a Wii U game that's getting ported over. Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy, which is on a lot of other platforms already, but it's coming to Switch June 29th. Okay. Dark Souls Remastered, summer 2018, so the next few months. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, June 29th is coming out on Switch. So Switch is getting they're getting a solid lineup. Actually, I wanted to talk about this too. Mario Tennis Aces. Hold on. Mario Tennis Aces. Yeah, we'll do both these actually. But it looked actually I was more excited about Mario Tennis Aces than anything else.
Yeah. Juan is too, surprisingly. He said it last week.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I saw this. I hadn't heard of the game, and I saw it in their little, Nintendo Direct, and I was like, wow, this game actually looks pretty sick. So,
wait, you've never played like a Mario Tennis before?
I have on Virtual Boy.
What?
Yeah. I don't think I played
Mario
Mario
Tennis.
Tennis.
They're one of the funnest games. Like,
I mean, I've done
really
Wii U Tennis,
fun.
but that's not Mario Tennis.
No.
Wii Tennis, the original one. Like Wii Sports.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, Mario Tennis is legit, dude.
Yeah, I know. I have Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy. So
Not the same, but yeah.
No, have you played Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy?
I haven't, but I can assure you it's a different experience than Mario Tennis on like GameCube or whatever.
Well, yeah, because this one's in 3D. That's why. I'm in red VR, monochrome VR. Also, Mega Man 11 comes out October 2nd. And then, is there anything else you want to hit before we hit this last?
I just wanted to just shout out Paladins, available now, free.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, it is. So is Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter. Yeah, I just wanted to touch up on those because those are. I mean, it's fucking free. You'd be like, we're in a world where a fucking game, like Paladins, for example, like it's a pretty fucking solid game, and it's free. You could just go in and enjoy it on your Switch on the go.
Yeah.
Anyways,
cool. And then Nintendo ended the conference with
fucking biggest, like just the I guess Ultimate is the proper way to put it.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, December 7, 2018. So this year we're getting Super Smash Brothers. And the game looks phenomenal. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, it looked amazing. I'm like, dude, Super Smash Brothers always kind of been like whatever for me. Seeing this one, I'm like, this is literally the best one they've built. And then after they went through all the changes, which we're going to get into right now, I'm like, it really is the best Super Smash Brothers they have ever built.
What really got you? Like, what made you say, like, this is it? This is the one?
It just how the characters, the expressions on the characters, the detail they put into all the characters, and the levels. The levels are crazy. It's like when Ryu fights, and when he's in a one-on-one, you're basically in Ryu's stage from Street Fighter 2. And they always say, like, whenever he's in a one-on-one, you're in this area. It's just like, it's crazy just how there's so much reference and, like, respect to the original characters.
Each individual character.
Yeah. It's because in the guy, I mean, honestly, we talked about this earlier. Every character is in this version of Super Smash Brothers. They did not leave any one out. And you kind of joked with me earlier because I started typing every single one of them as they announced them. Because I didn't know they're going to say every character is in the game. And literally any Smash Brothers character from every game, any DLC.
Every Smash Brothers game.
Yeah. They're all here. They're all in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And I think Ultimate is the perfect word to sum up this version of Smash Brothers. And
can't wait for Ultimate 2 Turbo, though.
I don't know. I think all they should do is build on this one. I feel like this is a really solid platform. And if they just keep sticking with this and, do more of like software as a service for it. Yeah. So just doing updates and things like that and little tweaks here and there. I think this game is going to last easy, like 3 to 5 years. Like it'll still have.
I mean, all of the other ones have in the past too. Yeah.
Right. But
They've
I mean, I think this one is
that
like
much longer.
Even
this
more
might last
so.
longer than that. Yeah. I get what you mean. So as the convention is going on, as the whole Smash Brothers, like as they're introducing all of these characters and all this other stuff, like I'm at work, right? Like I couldn't focus on it at all, So every like 2 seconds I look down and I was like, holy shit, like no. Really? They're doing this? And I'm back on work. I'm like, and like I get a glimpse. I see something shining. I'm like, what? Oh man, I can't fucking wait. And I'm like trying to focus at work. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. And then so they made some sort of like weird announcement or something like that. Or I don't know what it was, but that a character. I don't know if I was thinking this. You could confirm it.
Okay.
A character glows if they're in the lead. Like if they have a.
They get like a little flash of light behind them.
That right there is a fucking power move. That is how you make enemies.
Right, but I mean, it's very important because when you're playing the game, it's hard to look down at the health all the time and see what's going on.
Yeah, 100%, I agree.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, this person's in the lead and they're just hanging out up here. Oh, well, I'm gonna go up there and attack them, right?
Yeah. So it's a target. It's a target on you, and you know what? One of the best additions to this game ever, other than every character ever, basically.
Right. Right. And off the bat, you don't get all the characters. They said that you're gonna unlock them in like fun and interesting ways. Whatever that ends up being, we're not sure. But
it's always been like that. Every Smash has always been like that, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I mean, just putting it out there, 8-player battle is returning. Mario can use his hat from what's it called, Odyssey. So he has his hat now. Female Pikachu version. Star Fox. Back they redid a lot of the finishers. So they made variations. So it's pretty cool. Like Fox. His finisher is very similar to Falcon's, but Fox this is more like concentrated and better. He's a better pilot, so he's not like as wavy. And Falcon is a little bit more like off and stuff, just because he's not as good of a pilot. So it's kind of cool the little things. I mean, a lot of characters have similar play styles or fighting styles, but they varied it enough where they all feel different and they all act different, which is really cool.
That's awesome. Dude.
Yeah, they also have a bunch of different versions. So like there's 8 Inklings. So all the Inklings are in it, and it's like male, female of every one of them and stuff like that. All kinds of crazy stuff. One of the big things, I don't know if you saw on my list or not, or if you even saw in the conference.
I'm looking,
is that there's GameCube controller support, which I think is gonna be huge.
Massive.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have expected that at all, and I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but.
Well, so they just said that they're going to carry a 4-port hub, USB thing. So.
Okay.
More of that, which is fine. Everybody loves that GameCube controller.
Yeah.
I think they're even releasing like their own version, like an updated version of a GameCube controller, which, if I'm not mistaken, has an amiibo reader on the front of it.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Which is massive because every fucking amiibo that portrays to Smash Brothers works with this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So anyone that works with Smash Brothers or in the world, so. Say like
if they have a character in the game.
Yeah, basically. So any Mario amiibo will work. If it's a Smash Brothers Mario amiibo or if it's like a Super Mario World amiibo, it doesn't matter which one. It works with this version of Smash Brothers. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to have like Smash Brothers specific one. Basically, if that character's in the game and you have that amiibo of that character, it's going to work on this game. So
that's awesome.
Definitely Nintendo has gone all out on this one, and it's going to be a huge hit.
Can you go through Echo Fighters?
I will, from what I remember. So some of the fighters, what they were showing, they had a little E next to them, and they said those are Echo Fighters. So basically, you have like Peach, and then you also have Daisy, and they're pretty much a copy of each other. But like I was saying, they differ things just a little bit to make them like similar,
unique
but
to
not
themselves.
similar. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I got from it. It was.
So if I choose Daisy, I will, in a way, be choosing Peach? Like, is that fair
I would
to say?
that
or are they both separate characters that I choose from? Like, what is the point of an Echo?
They're different characters, but like same. I feel like it's like same base things, but they vary them to make them their own.
Specials or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't really. They didn't explain that well, or maybe I misunderstood it or maybe they explained it better than I understood.
I gotta rewatch this because the way that when I saw that, I was like, whoa, there's like a tag version coming out? No.
What do you mean?
Like I thought you would be able to tag in a new player, like as your like Tekken tag style,
Oh no.
You're over there fighting, and then boom, tag in another one. I was like, holy shit! Like they really did go all out.
No, I think it's just like, hey, this character is based on this one, but we've changed it enough where we can call it a new character. But just to give you an idea, like say you like Peach, then you're probably also gonna like Daisy, because the moves are similar, everything is similar, but a little different. So I think it'd be like when you play Marvel vs. Capcom and you pick projectile type or like anti-air type or whatever your specials. I think it's kind of like that. So I mean that's kind of a bad example because Marvel vs. Capcom, it's all the same character. Like they have 3 different things you can pick, but I think it's kind of the same idea. So it's like, we based this character off this other one, but we made these changes.
But here's this.
Yeah, so. Cool. Okay. Yeah, and that's, gosh, what time are we at? How are we doing here? We're doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
A little less than yesterday.
Yeah.
Or the other day. And then Ridley. Ridley was a boss in a different Smash Smash Brothers game. I think it was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. And they're including him as a regular character.
As a playable character, yeah. It looks pretty cool.
Which is weird because he's supposed to be like super massive.
He is pretty big. So
okay,
definitely
I gotta. So I'm definitely gonna rewatch this just because I couldn't really focus and I missed a good chunk and dude, like I'm still like from what I saw, from what we're talking about right now, I'm still super excited, and the fact that it's being released this year, oh man, I'm so excited.
Exactly.
So excited for Smash Brothers.
Yeah, we should link off to that too in the show notes, like the exact time Smash Brothers starts, because if you're a Smash Brothers fan, it's definitely something worth watching. Like I remember I was messaging you. And I was like, you need to see this. Whatever you're doing, like, you need to see this. Like, I was right that to you. So
my coworker was like, yo, he took his... So this is why I couldn't fucking do it, because I didn't know that he was a super, like, really into Nintendo. Like, like, I thought I was a big fan. He was me when I was a kid.
All right.
Like, I was like, yo, no, man, nobody's going to beat Nintendo, bro. Like, that's him. So he took his break. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going on break, 12 o'clock. I'm like, what?
Wait a minute. This is my plan.
I got to do some shit for work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he always takes his break at the same exact time every single day. I picked up on his patterns. It was at 11:30, right?
Yeah.
Every day. So I was like, word, he's going to do his half hour. As soon as he comes back, I'm going to do my half hour. I'm going to run my ass to my car, and I'm going to be fucking watching this conference.
I would have been, at 11:30, I would have been like, hey, man, aren't you supposed to be on your break right now?
I didn't notice, man. It was so busy.
Oh, man. How do you not notice that?
I was so mad because, man, so it was
anyways.
a lot going on at work.
Anyways.
But, anyways, we're just ranting now. That's it for
Nintendo.
For Sony and Nintendo. I guess we'll just leave it at that for this episode.
No, we
Part
could,
two.
We'll
do one more? We're going to keep it going? Okay, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
we're going to put it all together?
Yeah. Well, we could do Bethesda at least, I think. Right?
And everything else after. Okay.
What do you mean and everything else after?
2017, we did EA and Microsoft. And then the other episode was and everything else.
Oh, no, we're not doing and everything else. We're doing...
This is going to be and everything else.
No. We did...
Run through it.
PlayStation,
no, we only got
Nintendo.
Bethesda and Ubisoft.
Yeah, Bethesda is going to be... It's a conversation. I mean, we can save it for tomorrow if you want.
We'll make it quick.
Because there is a lot...
Let's do it.
You can't make this one quick. This one can't
be
made quick.
Rage 2. Here, I'll show you how.
Okay.
Rage... I mean, do you really want to get into all of these games?
All the ones I highlighted, I want to at least touch on because I feel like there were the highlights from Bethesda's conference. Yeah.
All right, fine. We'll leave it at that then.
Okay. So you're not gonna you're not gonna show me how to do it then.
I'm not gonna show you how to do it.
Okay.
We'll do Bethesda and Ubisoft on part 3. Part 3. I don't know why I put up 3 fingers right now, but just know
that's good to remind you.
You know what? It's a good idea because Nintendo deserves its own. Well, Sony and Nintendo deserve their own. Nintendo fucking just out of this park. Out of the park.
Yeah, Nintendo had a great show. They really did have a great show.
Great fucking show.
There's a lot of stuff. No, there's a lot of stuff we didn't mention also for Nintendo. So if you're a Nintendo fan, make sure you go through and watch the whole thing, because there is another maybe 5 or 10 games in there. That
a little disappointed, no Animal Crossing, no Pikmin. Also, a little sad, but it's okay.
I'm not too worried.
It's okay.
Yeah. Anyways, check it out though if you're a Nintendo fan, because there is some other stuff in there you may want to see. So
awesome.
Winner, let's do winner at the end. I mean, like once we're done talking about all this stuff. I think the winners are going to be us for finishing all this content. So
all right.
Yeah.
So that's it. Hit us up, Twitter @downrightupleft. You find me on Twitter @TrueOz. Jack, you can find him @JSpin. I don't know why. I always look at your fucking name. It really aggravates me, but @JSpin. And yeah, thanks for listening to part 2 of our E3 2018 coverage. We'll catch you guys at part 3. Play to your drool. Peace.